power, and this is one of those fundamental powers that defines us as being a sovereign nation in any capacity at all. We've lost this sovereign power, and the banks have now become sovereign. We've completely abdicated this power to them.
This was the strange journey to Jekyll Island from that point on.
That, yeah.
In modern.
Recently that's when it all, and recently, of course, I mean, what we've seen is that what began in Jekyll Island is become a completely captured U.S. government at this point. There is no more government on any practical point of view anymore. It's gone. It's captured. But enough of that. Oh, I was thinking about the comment that Dan had made earlier about the keg party and the tipping point and all of that, and I was reminded that when I was in college, I mean, the issue was really how are you going to throw a good party. Whereas now I realize the issue is not how you're going to throw a good party, but how you're going to buy that keg of beer to throw the party. So that's what we're up against now. And
and one other part is, what are you going to say when the cops come?
this is why we got to get organized, because we know they're coming. So anyway, since the Goddard Conference, I've been hammering away at a lot of these issues. I've put up a website, and this has been sort of a modest attempt on my part to look at historical examples of currencies over different periods of time, different places that really worked. And it was also an attempt to broaden this whole discussion of the commons and the relationship of financial independence to the commons. So I'm not really going to get into any of that today because it's, but I would encourage you to check out the website. It's currencycommonsvt.org. So what I want to talk about now is about the U.S. dollar. And I think one of the easiest ways to talk about that is to illustrate some of the structural deficiencies in this whole system through a story. And this is a story about GMO foods, GMO seeds. And I know everyone here is familiar with the whole GMO food problem. So imagine for a moment that the state of Vermont passes this law. And the only plants that we can grow in Vermont now are GMO plants. The only seeds that we can harvest are GMO seeds. And so we're not allowed to keep any of the seeds from the plants that we grow. We're forced to go to a seed dealer every year, year after year after year, to buy these seeds. So then one day what happens is, after a period of buying these seeds, we have some feisty old farmer that comes along and he says, I'm really getting tired of this whole thing, and I'm just gonna harvest my seeds and I'm gonna plant this crop next year. Well, of course, he gets hauled up before the judge and gets accused of some really serious crime like intent to distribute seeds. And so on and on we go, and after a generation or two, what happens with these GMO seeds is that they pretty much wiped out the existing local plant life. And then after a few more generations, what happens is that we've completely forgotten about these local seed varieties. We've completely forgotten about the fact that we even had the capacity at one time to harvest our own seeds, to plant our own crops. And so, slowly but surely, as things go on, we have forgotten about local seed varieties. And we've come to accept the fact that GMO plants are the only thing that we can grow. Not only that, but we begin to develop kind of an appreciation for these GMO seed dealers. We go back there every year. They always got the seeds. And then after a while, to show their appreciation to their good customers, they decide they're going to have a seed sale for us. Not only that, but they get great media attention. There's articles written about them, there's books written about our local GMO seed dealers. So this goes on for a long, long period of time. We harvest the GMO plants every year, and everyone becomes pretty content with this way of life. The problem is that this GMO story is not a fairy tale, of course. It has a happy ending. And the problem here is that there's this little bug. And this little bug is of a species called a depth virus.